I noticed you have braces. I have braces too.
Get away from her, you...
Citrus plants from the Mediterranean can spontaneously burst into flame.
I don't know what happened. A switch went off in my brain and all of a sudden I just got really obsessed with plants. I love them. Can a lady just not have some plants?
Essay, I'm going to tell all of you at Harvard why I'm going to make an amazing lawyer.
What's up, dirty plant hoes and all you dirty plant enthusiasts out there? I just got a package in the mail. It's a pretty exciting package because you guys know that here lately I have been growing orchids. I have been buying orchids. Orchids have kind of been my jam lately. So I got a cool package. I got a cool package from a pretty cool company called VERTPLANTER. And I bet, let me open it really quick before I start talking. I bet you've seen them around on Instagram. You had to have seen them somewhere because I know I've seen them around a lot of places. And I was really excited because I think this is their second generation VERTPLANTER. I never had the first generation one. And I think the second generation is going to be available mid-April. So they made some changes to it, but it's really cool. Like, I love the packaging. So that's what it looks like, and you kind of can get the idea of what is going on here, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna take one of the orchids that I already have that actually has blooms on it right now. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do that because that might stress it out and make the blooms fall off. I'm not sure what to do. Guide, normal for plant lovers, the VERTPLANTER. I'll show you guys like what this looks like. Ceramic material with just the right amount of porosity and moisture absorption. I like that. It's really cool. I'll show you guys like a little flip through of the instructions. You remember like the chia pets or whatever? You can spread the seeds on this also kind of like that too. And it says, where can I get plants or seeds? You can get several types of seeds like buckwheat, synapses, flax, watercress, chia, etc. at your local health food store. Plants, grass seeds, and other types of seeds can be found at your local plant nursery. So it's just really cool. The guide there. Here we go. There is the body of the planter. There it is. I was like, girl, I thought there was supposed to be a bottom part to this, and there ain't no bottom. So, but there is a bottom. Little tray. Oh. I think on the first generation, they had a lid and they found out that people weren't using it very much. And they also made it to where the tray on the bottom is waterproof. So like none of this is going to be porous on top of your surfaces. And then they also made the terracotta a slower release mechanism for the watering and stuff like that. So I'm going to take this and we are going to put a orchid on there. I don't actually have fishing wire, which I think would look a lot better because it would be invisible. I might actually have fishing wire. I might be speaking too soon. Fishing wire or twine, and we are going to get this thing going. I'm actually super excited about this, you guys. Yes. You guys should get a couple because all of my stuff on this channel is actually migrating over to ways to care for houseplants that are automated. Things that just kind of take care of themselves from here on out because I've got a lot of like side hobbies and other things that I do besides houseplants. So automation of watering of plants is super important to me right now. Casey and I are actually discussing taking the tent that we have in the garage, putting another fish tank out there and outfitting a automatic watering system for some things like blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, like some things that we would have a harder time growing outside. because of pests, birds, and you know, all that kind of crap. So here's like a little update on how well everything is doing before we get started. That I hung up with like my little hanger hooks and then my twine. Everything's doing really well. It'll probably actually use the fact that it's been supported a little bit here, and it'll probably hook up to the wall all on its own there. And then you can see how this one is kind of doing that right there. So that's where the string is. I know it's hard to see. And then right there, it's kind of like putting its own aerial root in right there. And everything's trying to turn back towards the lights right here. So you can see the mandula is trying to like grow back towards it. So I'm gonna have to, you know what I mean? Force it to do what I want it to do. But I think everything looks really good. We opened it up a little bit, and now this little, nothing's wanting to focus. This little elbow baby right here is having an opportunity to grow now because there's light penetration. And this white on this leaf has been like this for over a year. So there's something to be said about keeping them as dry as possible and not letting water accumulate, not overwatering. But it's like so crazy, right? Because it's in pond and all that. It's just interesting, isn't it? I'm looking around right now. I'm trying not to show my neighborhood, you know, for reasons you surely understand. And I'm trying to pick out the perfect little guy to convert to my Vert planter. And I'm really thinking about, okay, so like, and don't judge my windows. I've got my pressure washer out there and we're about to do some spring cleaning. I've got all these orchids back here behind my entertainment center. This one right here actually finally started like to die back a little bit. I thought about maybe putting my Haworthia, which is doing like really crazy well with it. I've had it for like so long, you guys. So long. I can't, it's like, I feel like my camera's not focusing well. Or is it just my contacts are cloudy? How weird. Anyways, okay, so I'm thinking about doing this one. You guys remember me getting this from Lowe's. I have to move this fan. You guys remember me getting this from Lowe's, and it's grown so good. So I'm thinking about just taking a top cutting of this and like tying it to some moss on the Vert planter. So pretty. And then I think that besides that, I might do this little orchid right here that I've been keeping in my Delirium Studios from Etsy, Darren Heppel. It's held up beautifully. I've had this for, I don't know, going on like I think 2 years now. It's handled watering and all kinds of like being knocked around because I hit my head on it a lot, which is really funny. But anyways, I think I'm gonna do this orchid because it's like a mini one or whatever. Here's my concern with the planter is that I think that once I get it planted on one side, like right here, it's gonna be like top heavy and want to topple. So I think I'm gonna have to put, so to fully illustrate what I'm talking about, if I did this orchid right here with the blooms, right? And it's gonna be top heavy. I don't know, I guess we'll have to see, huh? Just need to go ahead and do it. These blooms have been here for a long time. That's my pressure washer. Also highly recommend that pressure washer. That is an old bag of soil. I'm a messy bitch. She's a messy bitch. So now I'm going to, ooh, the roots don't look too hot. They look pretty dried out. They got there's some fresh ones like up here towards the top, but the bottom ones don't look so good. So I think I'm gonna need to soak this one for like, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. This one also needs a little bit of a foliage trim. It's got some dead leaves. Oh, well, just came off. Let's see if this one will just come out. I know this is risky with the blooms and everything, but I'm a risk taker. I may regret it, so stay tuned. Oh wow, interesting. So it still has the original cocoa core cork that the orchid was grown in. That's pretty cool. And I don't know, should I just like take off the stakes and let the blooms kind of hang, or should I leave the stakes on? Ooh, I wish you guys were here to tell me which one to do. I think I'm gonna take the stakes off just because I don't think it's going to help any when it comes to trying to tie this thing on. And if it does, I can just put them back on. It's just clippies and sticks, so we can always undo it if we need to. So that one came out really good. Root system looks really fresh and delicious. They always look like yummy green beans. Yummy green beans. I just filled my orchid up with some water, and now I am going to go get my twine so that we have something to wrap. And I'm also going to go find some extra moss, because as the water seeps through this, I think it will be most helpful if there's like a mossy substrate to kind of like absorb the water to make it available for this. I don't think it's necessary, like I don't think you have to do it, but that's how I'm going to try to like mash it on there. Aren't they so pretty? I hope they all don't just like shit the bed right after I do this. That would suck. Okay. That's gonna take a minute. Oh no, here it goes. I'll recycle it back into my other container. This, I've had this little orchid for a couple of years now. It looks kind of worse for the wear, but like what plants around my house don't necessarily look like that. It's bloomed multiple times for me, which is pretty cool. But it looks like I've killed quite a bit of the good roots, which is probably a good idea that I'm actually doing this in the first place. I need to go get my alcohol spray so that I can sanitize my scissors really quick. I always keep a bottle of rubbing alcohol mixed with just a tiny bit of dish soap to sanitize anything that I need to sanitize as far as this stuff is concerned, because it's important. I have had bacterial outbreaks before. Don't be like me. I'm going to trim off like some of these really not so pretty looking roots here. You see these really ugly, like shriveled up ones? Sometimes they can look like not so bad and they can be rehydrated, but these ones aren't those kind. So like the little sheath will just come right off of them, and then you'll see the main stick. So let me show you. So the sheath comes off, and that's a no good root. So we're gonna get rid of it. Just give it a little haircut, because there's some really cute little fresh green roots here. So I know it's going to essentially, quote unquote, be okay. So there's some cuties in there. I won't cut it all the way down, but that is essentially what we're left with after that. And I think it's super cute. Another thing I love about orchids in my new low maintenance plant lifestyle is that when it comes to cleaning off pests, which I'm still getting pests, which has driven me to this, but the leaves are very broad, glossy, and easy to wipe down. Even if it was heavy on one side, like what is this going to keep from falling? Nothing. You know, it's not heavy enough. We'll have to see how it goes, okay? I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous. I need this stool behind me. We're going to cut a long piece of string so that we're ready to wrap. Maybe I should just go ahead and do like a starter piece of string so I'm not like fighting uphill against the current, as it were. Thank God. I put on some short nails. I bet you guys are like, what is wrong with you, Rachel? I put on some short nails so I can go bowling. Okay, I won 1 out of 3 games, which is so typical. I get so frustrated bowling with Casey because he's good at everything he does. So I've got my little starter string here, and I feel like that will make it easier for me to like begin the wrapping process. I may be dead ass wrong too. We'll see. What am I gonna do? Smush it? I'm just gonna, whoa! Oh no. Where's like the flattest side here? Okay, I feel like maybe this is. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I may have to get those sticks back out for the blooms because I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, I'm trying to like balance it. You feel me? Oh, this is like, oh no. I'm taking my leg. Oh my God. And then I'm gonna put the twine around like this. Holy shit. Once I get this first one around, we're good to go, y'all. What is it? Is it roots? Shit. Okay. Don't be like me. Make your wire like, your wire or your string, make that shit like really long because that was nowhere near enough string. It was enough to kind of like bring back on itself a little bit to where it'll hold, but look at that. Oh my God, you guys. And it's not tipping over and there's no water in it. That's exciting. And I love the fact that I took out the sticks and now they're just kind of like hanging. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, another cool thing about this Vert planter is that if the water does leak out and doesn't get used up into the plant and goes down into this reservoir, you just take the reservoir off like this, and then you pour whatever water is remaining back through the top, and then you just replace it back down here, and then you can refill your cavity. So is this not the coolest shit ever? Think about like your orchids and like you're going on vacation for like a week, fill that sucker up and go on about your business. You know what I mean? I haven't tried it out yet. This is my first planting experience with it, but I'm just like hype for anything that can assist me in growing my houseplants while at the same time like making my life a little bit easier. Flat spot. Oh God, that's a heavy pot. Like, what was I thinking when I was buying pots 2 years ago, bitch? I wasn't thinking about that. Like, I like to lift heavy in the gym, but I don't want everything in my damn house to be heavy. There's a time and place for that shit, you know? Okay, how about this? I am going to put this orchid kind of like right next door to the other orchid, and then I might do the Rhaphidophora crawling plant right here. And that's what I might do. But if I'm going to do that, I better go get a freaking cutting of it right now because this is really hard to do. Twine starts twining. You don't have a lot of time. Shit balls. See what I told you? Okay, so I got our little cutting and it's like ready to go, and I'm going to get some moss for it. And then here's the deal. We're just going to twine and we're not even going to cut it. We're just going to leave it connected and we're just going to use as much of that shit as we need. Yeah. And this is going to be like the background for this little guy to root onto. You feel me? Good. All right. The stage has been set. Pull out the twine. Get ready to start twining. Don't cut it. Just leave it be so it doesn't fall. Holy shit, y'all. This is like rocket scientry.
I get the best and I feel like I'm Mega Man. I got this chopper, I run up all on your man. Then it's the watch, I got diamonds all on the hand. Drinking the list, I feel like it's Clash Clans. Kicking this bitch and I'm feeling like Jackie Chan. We can pull up, nigga, best have a backup plan. I put in work and now I just got hella bands. Put you on the shirt, now we tryna set a brand. Hop on this bitch doing combos like Luke Kane. I'm a Dark Knight in the Avengers like Bruce Wayne. I'm on the good drug, I feelin' like 2 Chainz. I bring the records, I feelin' like Wu-Tang. Shots to your body, I got you like 50 Cent. She let me hit, she gon' let me hit again. She say no, that I might as well hit a friend. Push on my chain, you best know that a nigga dead. Got the rest of your rest, I like Karate Kid. Made it come back, my hat ass on some Bobby shit. I get this chopper, it go make your body twitch. We go pop all of that night in a righty rich. I can do 11, I keep on Mac truck. Out in the chat and he finna your facts, bro. CC just hit me in seconds, your racks up. Now we on 100% on my tracks, bro. Yeah. Ay, and they know my juices in minute made. I go on non-stop like that nigga Dre. Spinning this shit way too fast, let me hit the brakes. The bitch come over here, come and give me face. Your music trash to do no one to hear tape. Pull up with choppers, they feel like it's GTA. Just tell this bitch so her nigga go feel away. Stack up my motherfucking cash like it's Lego bricks. She asked me what are we, I switch to Nintendo shit. I get this chopper, we aim at your mental bitch. Put in the seat with some motherfucking hollow tips. Sicker than CC, we run up the cash today. You talking down, we gon' make your ass pass away. I made that bag and I'm a fucking Saturday. Made it back Sunday and spent it up bathing 8. I get the best and I feel like I'm Mega Man. I get this chopper, I run up all on your man. Then it's the watch, I got diamonds all on the hand. Drinking the list, I feel like it's Clash Clans. Kicking this bitch and I'm feeling like Jackie Chan. We could pull up, nigga, best have a backup plan. I put in work and now I just got hella bands. Put you on the shirt, now we tryna celebrate. I get the best and I feel like I'm Mega Man. I get this chopper, I run up all on your man. Then it's the watch, I got diamonds all on the hand. Drinking the list, I feel like it's Clash Clans. Kicking this bitch and I'm feeling like Jackie Chan. We could pull up, nigga, best have a backup plan. I put in work and now I just got hella bands. Put you on the shirt, now we tryna celebrate.
Okay, guys, I am so freaking happy with how it turned out. Is that not gorge? I hate the lights kind of coming in from the back now, but can you see how good it looks? And with the water in the reservoir, it is like so much more sturdy. I'm so glad I picked the one with the blooms on it to do, and I will let you guys know how the baby orchid does, and also the little cuttings on the side. I'll let you know how both of those guys do, but yeah, man, I think it's so gorgeous. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's a great way to grow plants when you don't have time to water every single week. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you check out the link down below and also pick yourself up a Vert planter. So far, so good. Looks like it's going to be pretty self-sufficient, and that's what I'm all about these days. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Later, taters. Bye.